to call the regular village board meeting to order on January 10th, Tuesday, 2012 at 7:08 p.m. If everyone would please rise and join me, I'll lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Linda Soto.
Present.
Trustees Darnowski.
Here.
Reese.
Here.
Juberstein. Here. Barrett.
Here.
Daly.
Here.
And Walkington.
Here.
Okay, we have a full board. I have a motion for approval of tonight's agenda.
So
Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Darnowski.
Aye.
Reese.
Aye.
Juberstein. Aye. Barrett.
Aye.
Daly.
Aye.
And Walkington.
Aye.
Okay, at this time we will take public comments. First we'll start with Chris Larson. No, okay, all right. Pat, did you want to speak at this time or wait till the business portion of the meeting? You can do either.
At your pleasure. I mean, I can speak right now. I want to speak about.
Do you want to spend the evening with us? I won't be offended if you would like to get home, because I know you have a lot of places, so it's up to you.
So swap those towards the end of your meeting, isn't it?
Yeah, for adopting the resolution.
Well, I speak now.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Really good time. Conflict. Not that I really love the state.
Yeah, I know.
I want to watch local government in action. Pat Carey, I live at 158 Westfield Place in Grace Lake, Illinois, and I'm one of the Lake County board members representing this area. I wanted to speak to you very briefly about the SWACO 60% recycling report that you're going to be discussing tonight. I'm one of two county board members that served on the recycling task force, myself and Ann Main. We took about a year and a half, and I think you know the origin of the task force. It came out of the approval of the 2009 SWACO 5-year plan. And at that time, it was decided to defer some of the alternative technologies that were being looked at and try and focus on increasing the recycling rate in Lake County to 60%. So SWACO put together just a great task force made up of, as I said, 2 county board members, a number of municipal representatives, and a lot of some citizens, some folks representing environmental groups in the area, as well as industry folks. And that was just a great experience because I learned so much from the industry folks, folks from Groot, from Viola, and from Waste Management, from local composting organizations. So we learned a lot from them, they learned a lot from us, and we came up with a report that took us about a year and a half to do. And I think it's an excellent product, but of course I'm perhaps a little biased having participated in it. And at this time, we look forward to all of the SWACO board adopted it. Mayor Soto was there the night we approved the plan, accepted it. I can't remember what word we used that night. And now we've asked all the SWACO members, as well as Lake County, to approve or accept the report. The county will start tomorrow at our Public Works and Transportation Committee meeting. We will start to look at it. We're going to look at it over 3 different meetings. So we're going to look at C&D, and then commercial, and then residential. And we will then take it to the county board for approval. So I would urge you to, I'm sure you've all taken a look at it. I know you're just terrific members of SWACO. I know you're a proactive board in terms of environmental issues. So I would urge you to approve the report tonight or accept it, whichever, it makes more sense for you. And then what that means is that then you will start to look at the different components of it and pick and choose what you can do first in order to try and achieve some of the goals we've set out in there to increase our recycling. So I appreciate your consideration of it, and we'll be happy to answer any questions if I'm still around when we get to it on your agenda.
If there's any questions at this moment, fire them out.
I have a question for Ms. Perry. If the board accepts this, does this mandate action on our part?
That's an excellent question, and we talked about that a lot. The task force was an advisory. I mean, it is an advisory committee. It's an advisory report. The SWACO board has put a stamp of approval on it, but even that The rubber meets the road at the local unit of government. So whether that's a municipality for all the residents and businesses within your boundaries, and then unincorporated, it's Lake County. So we then need, so you approve or you accept the report, you still then need to go and decide, are you going to do commercial franchising and pass an ordinance for that? Are you going to regulate C&D and pass an ordinance for that? So you will need to, so the answer is no. I mean, that's a simple answer to your question. It doesn't mandate anything. What it says is you agree with the report, you agree with the initiatives in the report, you agree with the concept, the philosophy of trying to increase recycling, and you will make your best efforts to move in that direction and to achieve the goals. And there may be different components that are used in different municipalities to achieve the goals that we put out there.
And if I can just build on that, Jerry, it's a resolution that we're passing, not an ordinance. And the resolution is saying we acknowledge this report, we accept the report, now we're going to use it as a tool to strive over, you know, are we going to try to do everything in a year? No. There's some things that we, because of our size and the budget, may never be able to do. We don't know that, or at least in this present economy. But we are going to seriously take a look at any and all possibilities. Do we need to call 911? I just want to make sure nobody's hurt.
Well, I hear no squeaks.
That we would implement things as quickly as possible over time when it's feasible. And I'm going to give you a key example. Until recently, we didn't even have our own public works facility. We have this new building next door, which we haven't even begun to use to full capacity. And one of the things what we've already talked to SWALCO and agreed with that goes in line with this report is that we will host our first electronic drop-off recycling event in the spring. We haven't picked the specific date yet, but we are committed to doing that. And then we're going to use that as a tool to see how effective it was, how many people came, how easy or difficult it was, and then maybe the following year we commit to doing two. Maybe we do a spring and a fall one. So it's those type of measures that we'll be doing.
Yeah, that's a great start.
Just for everybody who doesn't have the report, C&D, you're meaning construction and demolition.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah. Construction and demolition, right?
Recycle.
Okay. Pat, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, any other public comments at this time? Going, gone. We'll move on to the omnibus vote agenda. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Derenoski?
Aye.
Reese?
Aye.
Juniorstein? Aye. Barrett?
Aye.
Daly?
Aye.
And Washington?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to reports and communications from the mayor and other officers. We'll start with our village engineer, Greg Bruin.
Thank you, Mayor. Two items for today. Motor fuel tax. We started plans to resurface Misty Hill subdivision. Our goal is to bid this project out this spring and resurface this summer. We anticipate getting approximately half of the Misty Hill subdivision done this year and balance of the subdivision done in 2013. And we recommend budgeting $200,000 for this year's 2012 upcoming MFT project. The second item is the IEPA loan actually came through, all the loan documents the mayor signed and returned to the IEPA. It's a $259,000 loan for the water main on Route 120. It's 2.29% interest over 20 years, which equates to a payment of about $16,000 a year. And those payments are due to two installments, each about $8,000. And the first payment is actually due in January 1, 2013. That's all I have.
The last payment.
The first payment is due in 2013. And then you got 20 years.
Just as a side note, I just want to touch very briefly, this kind of sits in my craw with IDOT, Route 120.
Yeah, so Route 120, Mayor's very concerned about the school, as with everybody else, I'm sure, on Route 120, Pineview School.
Prairie View.
Prairie View School. And we spoke to IDOT, and a crosswalk or a school zone actually is not warranted out there. The school zone, reduced speed limit is not warranted until you have a crosswalk and pedestrian access, and that's something that the school does not want. So basically, at this point, the only advanced warning signs are basically these pentagon signs that are on the east and west limits of the.
But this, you know what bothers me about this? I want everybody to look at a picture. You should have the picture. Does everybody have the picture with Greg's report? They say that, and yet the signs that are in place currently, and they're basically at the end of the school property, okay? Because my concern was there should at least be a sign that lets you know there's a school up ahead. Forget whether there's a crossing or not.
Sure.
Just let people know there's a school ahead. It's down by St. Gilbert's, which is also on Route 20. But the signs are, to me, not a school sign, it's a crosswalk. It's showing people walking. That is not letting you know that there's a school ahead.
That is actually the school sign. Yeah, that actually is the school sign.
But there is another school sign that you found in the catalog.
Exactly.
That makes it crystal clear that it's a school, that's a school up ahead. And they should know prior to they approach. If you're looking at this, you're basically being told you're already in a school zone. You're already speeding in a school zone. You've arrived. It's not ahead. You're there.
Here's, let's just say, how much is the sign that you're looking at? I mean, is it cost effective to just
$100 maybe?
buy the sign, put it up, and
Well, here's the thing.
you know what I mean? Not the speed limit sign. I'm saying like the school zone
I
ahead.
would buy 100 signs if I thought IDOT would let me put them and keep them.
They won't.
If I put a sign up tomorrow, it will be gone within several days because IDOT will come and rip it out.
Is there a point where, because I know we own quite a bit of land, like right by Brower and all that, where the Deer Point is and everything. Could we put a sign just on our land that they can't touch, but still is visible from the road?
Well, Greg and I are going back to IDOT with one more proposal, and let's see where that goes before we take those kind of measures. And Pat, any influence that you have, I'll just throw it.
I made a note to at least ask Marty about it.
Okay, all right.
Greg, did I hear you say that the school district wants nothing to do with the crosswalk there?
That's what my understanding is.
Well, state statute, because it's a state highway, the state statute requires that everyone must be bused there. So there's not really, you know, yeah, so there's not kids crossing, even though there's adults and teachers there.
There's
I
that.
didn't ask you, sort of, okay.
Yeah.
What are you looking to accomplish? You want a school speed zone there? You want to cut down to 20 miles an hour?
We've been told that we will not be able to cut down. I'm just trying to give traffic a heads up that there's a school ahead. If you don't travel this route regularly, you don't necessarily know that there's a school there, especially if you don't live around here. You don't know that there's a school around.
Yeah, and just being a devil's advocate, if I'm a driver, even if I know there's a school there, I'm obeying the speed limit. Those big yellow things kind of give me an idea that something's slowing traffic down. What difference, and I'm just playing back, what difference does notification make? I'm still.
I guess it's not going to, is it going to make a difference to everyone? No. Will it make a difference to a percentage of people? Yes, I think so. You know, we're also taking other measures into effect. This isn't the only thing that we're trying to do. The Chief McCutcheon is working on some additional safety factors to help with the officers when they're directing traffic out of there. You know, what really brought this up again is that we had an officer recently hit. You know, there was an accident that occurred. And, you know, what annoys me, though, is I understand IDOT has rules and regulations. I totally get it. I don't have a problem with it. But when I hear, gee, we hear from you once a year about the school up there, and they basically want us to leave them alone, it's like if you're hearing from us for every year, there's a reason. And so why don't you come out here and look at maybe something that can be done, then instead of telling us what can't be done.
Well, one of the things, Mayor, and I didn't mean to interrupt, is that Mayor Mueller and I went through this with trying to get either a flashing overhead light or a temporary stoplight that turns on and allows the officer whoever is policing our community to control that stoplight, let the buses out, get the cars egress back in and out.